Well, we're back, and by the way, gone is this video series all the way until past Christmas, so expect there not be another big ultimate chicken guide video until the Thursday after Christmas. But in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to tame your chickens. Let's begin. We're going to start off with the most obvious tip of the day, and that, of course, is to give them treats. Now, you might be wondering, what are treats going to do about anything? Well, if you notice how many of these chickens walk right on over to me, they don't really let you pick them up immediately, but you can go over to them and they don't really run away when you're near them, really. That is a sign that a chicken puts their trust and faith into you. So, obviously, that's one of the things you want to make sure you do. And giving them the treats, hand feeding them at a young age, you can even hand feed them chicken treats, but as they get older, they get a lot more pickier, which is something about chickens that can be quite annoying because they love being their picky little selves for some weird reason. And these chickens will eat just about everything out of my hands except for chicken food. The food that they're supposed to be eating, they refuse to eat because they think they're above it. And of course, we cannot forget about gradually going into the chicken yard every day for a set amount of time. This gets the chickens used to you. So if I were to come in here every day for like an hour or so and just hang out around the chickens, not really doing anything, just in the chicken yard sitting, maybe doing some observations, maybe finishing a project or something like that. Do something every day that doesn't really impact them, but sit in the chicken yard. So you could tell them that, hey, I'm gonna be here pretty constantly, and it gets them used to your presence, and eventually they'll start asking things from you, and that leads me to treats. Back to treats, actually. And guess what? You're gonna be getting those little treats from your chickens, and there you go. There you go. That's how an easy way that you could tame the chickens. That's what I used to do. I would sit in the yard, I'd take pictures of the chickens, and I'd just work on compiling everything into a video. It took me about an hour and a half, but I'd sit in the chicken yard for the whole time, even if it was above 90 degrees. That was pretty cool. And now, of course, we cannot forget about them laying eggs. And I've been wondering, how does this do anything in the long term? But believe it or not, chickens do typically get a lot more friendlier at the beginning to lay eggs, which is why in the winter some chickens may be a bit more flightier than they are in the spring. You might even notice chickens have darker colors, like Loudmouth doesn't look too hot right now. And in spring and summer, she has a lot of gorgeous yellow feathers, but as you see now, the chickens are generally dull in color, but when they're laying eggs, they have a lighter color, they're a lot more prominent, and they're a lot more friendly. Once they begin laying eggs, their first year doing that, you will notice that chickens will put their trust and faith into you, especially if there's no presence of a rooster like in this flock. This is a good example of a flock that puts their trust and faith into their caretakers. This flock right here does know that we're not the threat. It's the coyotes and bobcats and other things that try to get to them that are the threat, and they recognize that, which is good, especially when they're about to lay eggs and they realize you're the one that's providing them and helping them with that long journey. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. As I said, this series will not be coming back for about a month, but it's because I'm doing the 12 days of the chicken again this year, and I have some pretty cool things planned for this long Christmas season. Anyways, be sure to click the video on the screen right now. It's actually a video from last year's 12 days of the chicken talking about how to keep your chickens safe. Anyways, I'm out. Subscribe.